Number 1. Quicksand, the most overrated villain in movie history. Since we were kids, we all got the message. If you see a swamp or a suspicious puddle, run. Because if not, the ground will swallow you whole in seconds and you'll disappear forever. Thanks, 80s movies. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Quicksand doesn't work like that. Yes, you can get stuck in it, and yeah, it's annoying. But it's not the instant death trap you think it is. Quicksand is actually denser than the human body. That means you won't sink completely, unless you decide to do a Zumba routine while you're trapped. Worst case scenario, you get stuck waist deep and need someone to help pull you out. The ironic part? The more you struggle, the more the mix of water, sand, and clay compresses around you. The actual trick to escaping is the opposite of what movie victims do. Stay calm, lean back, and slowly wiggle your legs upward. And if you're lucky enough to have someone nearby, tell them to pull gently, and ideally skip the bad jokes. So next time someone screams, "Quicksand," like it's lava, just say, "Relax. Worst case, I get my pants dirty." Number 2. Eating food off the floor. Yes, even without the 5-second rule. Picture this. A slice of pizza or a chip falls to the floor. Everyone freezes. In your head, sirens go off. BIOHAZARD. But your instincts go, doesn't look that dirty. And here's the thing, your instincts might be onto something. The so-called 5-second rule is more of a meme than a real safety rule. Bacteria don't carry stopwatches. If a surface is dirty, it contaminates the food in milliseconds. But, and here's the twist, not all floors are crawling with killer pathogens. A freshly cleaned, dry surface, free from food residue or heavy foot traffic, probably isn't that big of a threat. In fact, studies show that most dangerous bacteria need more time and specific conditions, like humidity and warmth, to multiply. Obviously, we're not saying you should start hosting floor picnics in the subway, but if a cookie falls in your own home and the floor is not covered in spit or soil, it's probably not the end of the world. Maybe the real threat isn't bacteria, it's the judgmental looks from everyone else. Number 3. Bungee jumping. Screams, adrenaline, and surprisingly chill statistics. You've got a harness, an elastic rope strapped to your ankles, your heart's in your throat, you're about to leap into the void, your body's screaming, "We're gonna die," your friends are filming, and somewhere your mom feels a disturbance in the force. But here's the plot twist, bungee jumping is shockingly safe. Even though it feels like you're handing your soul to gravity, the odds are actually in your favor. Most bungee accidents happen due to human error, like bad setup or not following instructions, and those usually happen in unregulated, sketchy setups. If you're at a certified center with trained staff and checked equipment, the chances of walking away alive and going viral are extremely high. Worried the rope might snap? That rope can hold several times your body weight. In fact, most facilities use gear that's way stronger than necessary, just to calm your inner panic. Your body yells, "This is not normal," but medically speaking, bungee jumping can actually help release stress and boost endorphins. What you call "I peed myself in terror," your brain calls controlled emotional release. So yeah, jumping off a bridge with a giant elastic cord might actually be safer than driving during rush hour on a Tuesday. Number 4. Anxiety palpitations. You're not dying, even if it feels like it. You're in class, at work, or watching Netflix totally chill, and suddenly, thump thump thump. Your heart starts racing like you're about to run a marathon. You immediately feel like something's wrong. What if I'm having a heart attack? Here's the truth. Probably not. Anxiety-induced palpitations or tachycardia feel super real, but they're not a sign of an actual heart failure. They're your body's normal response to a perceived threat, even if there isn't one. Basically, a false alarm triggered by your sympathetic nervous system. Your body gets ready to flee from a lion, even though you're just answering emails. Heart rate goes up, muscles tense, blood pumps faster, all because your brain thought something bad was coming. And then the real problem kicks in. That feeling feeds the panic. My heart feels weird. I panic. My heart beats faster. It's like stepping on the gas when the car is already speeding downhill. The solution: breathe, move around a little, remind yourself this has happened before, and you survived. And whatever you do, don't Google your symptoms unless you want WebMD to tell you you've got 4 minutes left to live. Number 5. Airplane turbulence. That moment when your soul tries to escape through your mouth. You're flying peacefully, sipping juice, thinking life is beautiful. Then the plane suddenly shakes like a dump truck with no suspension. The lights flicker, someone screams. You grab the seat like it's gonna save you from falling 30,000 feet. But here's the surprising part. Turbulence doesn't make planes crash. For real. Airplanes are built to handle much more extreme forces than what we feel as passengers. Pilots train on simulators that mimic turbulence. Modern planes can easily fly through bumpy air pockets. So why does it feel like death? Because your body has zero visual reference. You don't see the road, or trees zooming past, or the horizon. You're just in a metal box shaking like a blender, and your drama-loving brain decides this is how it ends. But in most cases, turbulence is like speed bumps. Uncomfortable? Yes. Dangerous? Not really. Worst case scenario, you weren't wearing your seatbelt and got smacked by the breakfast tray. So next time the plane shakes like a busted washing machine, just remember, it's just air doing its thing. Number 6. Elevator free fall. That horror movie scene that never happens. Movies, video games, and childhood nightmares all taught us this. If an elevator drops, you're dead in cartoon style fashion. But how real is that? Spoiler, almost impossible. Modern elevators have so many safety systems. You'd need a combo of sabotage, an earthquake, and extreme bad luck at the same time for anything to actually go wrong. First of all, they have automatic brakes that activate if freefall is detected. Second, they're held up by multiple cables, not just one like in the movies. Even if one snaps, the rest can easily support the weight. On top of that, descent speed is constantly regulated by sensors, and in modern buildings, elevators are monitored in real time. So why do we freak out when it jolts or stops suddenly? Because elevators are enclosed spaces totally out of our control, with visible cables that look fragile, and your brain loves to imagine the worst. But truth is, you're more likely to trip on the stairs than die in an elevator. So if you ever get stuck inside, don't go full Final Destination. Just breathe, hit the emergency button, and wait to be rescued with your dignity intact. If you've ever felt personally attacked by one of these irrational but weirdly relatable fears, drop it in the comments. Tell us your favorite or the one you're too embarrassed to admit. And you know the drill. Subscribe, smash that like, and ring the bell if you want to keep learning more about your body, your mind, and all the irrational chaos hiding inside both. Because sometimes, what feels like a horror movie is just badly misunderstood science. See you in the next scare.